Welcome to the Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast, the podcast where we make 5-minute decisions that can change your business, your relationships, and your life. Hey, this is Dean Soto, founder of ProSulum.com and FreedomIn5Minutes.com. And we're here again with another Freedom in 5 Minutes episode. Today's topic is this. I got cut. That and more coming up. Well, good night. This is actually night. It is about 11:30 and I'm doing this podcast. I'm out here in the freezing cold, but it's so worth it to be with you again. Gosh, I am so sorry that it has been a while. Man, things have been crazy. In fact, it got crazy right when Oliver, the guest, our very first guest in the last episode, left. So I'm going to I'll give you a quick preview because I'm going to talk about what the craziness was in the next episode. But a quick preview for the next episode. We had literally had 5 puppies handed to us, and they were crapping all over the place. And it was interesting. It was a test of stress, but it worked out in the end, and I'll tell you how it all worked out in the end in the next episode. But today's story goes a little bit something like this. So over the last few weeks, actually, I have been preparing for what is called Warrior Week. In the Wake Up Warrior community, there is a crucible. There is a gauntlet, a full-on week that you go through if you want to get the entire Wake Up Warrior experience. Okay. Now, I'm not affiliated with Wake Up Warrior at all. I'm not affiliated with Warrior Book. But if you have been listening to this podcast for any time, you'd know that that is a big part of my life and a big part. It is a big reason why I am even doing this podcast in the first place. It has literally changed my life. It has given me the tools to not only live a meaningful and a very purposeful life, it's given me the tools to also do things that I would have been terrified to do in the past. Now, because of this training, basically how it works is Warrior Week is 1 week that you go and, lack of a better word, you get the crap beat out of you with a whole bunch of different exercises and things like that. But it's not meant to be just like a boot camp type thing. It is meant to unleash a lot of emotions that are within you and for you to face your pit, face the things that you lie about, face the things that you are putting on a mask about. Because we all do this and we lock ourselves into these roles that other people try to put us in that we also put on ourselves. Okay, so that is what Warrior Week is when you are actually there. Of course, I've never even been there yet, but this is what at least from what I've seen so far, and it's a life-changing event. Well, pretty much a month before going into Warrior Week, you go into a preparation mode. You go into a group of a bunch of other guys who have 1 or 2 coaches who are preparing you for Warrior Week. And it is not easy. It is not easy at all. Every day, every single day, you have something to do. You have an assignment. And the assignment is something that you cannot escape from. You either You either do it or you don't go to Warrior Week. You are a member of the team, but you're also having to lead at some points. And because of all of this, even though it seems simple, even though sometimes it seems repetitive, there are a lot of emotions that come from doing this. Because every day you're looking at something about yourself and you're sharing something about yourself with these other men who are essentially become your brothers. You're sharing something about yourself and slowly starting to unmask things about you that you've hidden, or that if they've come out, you've beat it back into yourself, into the way that you think you're supposed to be. Or other people will come and say, hey, that's not you. Where did that come from? And you go right back. You're like, oh yeah, you're right. That was really bad of me to do. And you go right back to where you were. And so, hopefully I'm not waking up my son up there. He always has his window open, even though it's freezing. And so, with all of this, you're constantly unveiling things about yourself that you just imagine if you asked yourself questions about yourself every day. If you really took a hard look at yourself every day, all of the changes that would occur. Well, that is what is happening in this case. And a lot of the times it's happening even more because not only do you have to look at yourself, you have to process it and explain it to other people. And so there have been emotions inside of me. There have been things inside of me that I have either never felt before, or I've felt them and I've suppressed them. And there's things that are going on that in some respects I like it, even though it's dark. And that sounds very scary, but there are parts of me coming out that I thought were dark, or I thought were not how I should feel or how I should act, and it's coming out and I actually do like it. So, which leads me to this entire story of me getting cut from being a speaker at an Amazon event that I was going to speak at in April. Well, so one of the things that came up is that I had a very nice guy demeanor. And then on top of that, I always wanted to, I had this fear that I wanted everyone to like me. And if they didn't like me, then something was wrong. That's not me. People have to like me. Everyone likes Dean, right? Everyone likes Dean. And so through this entire process, I started seeing things specifically about my business where I'm like, you know what? I have a lot of people who I'm basically super boring. Absolutely super boring, especially with the Online Empire Academy stuff that I had been doing. I don't really do much with it anymore, but I actually think I am going to do some things with the email list. And because I do not take one side or the other, I do not challenge anybody, I'm very, very boring on that email list. I I basically, I have 2,000, I was looking at my ConvertKit, and I had 2,000 people who had never opened an email for like the last few months. And I had been sending email after email after email, trying to give some really valuable stuff. But 2,000 people who were doing nothing, literally just ignoring my email. And I'm like, you know what? One of the things that I want is that I want to have an impact on people, for one. And two, I want to hang around with people. I want people to be in my network, in my social circles, who are getting value from me. Okay? Value from me. Value. So when I saw that there were 2,000 people who were on my email list, who literally never opened up an email in the last few months, and I sent at least minimum 10 emails, I looked at that and said, you know what? I need to give them an ultimatum. Because here's the deal. If they're on my email list, I'm literally taking value from them. If they're on my email list and they don't want to be, I'm taking value from them. They are basically getting their their inbox full. That's it. They see an inbox thing. It's just one added little thing, and literally that's taking value. They're not getting any value from my email, and it's actually taking value because it's filling up their inbox. Right? So I'm like, no, I do not want that. That is not how I roll. That is not what I want. And I don't want to be around people who don't want to be around me. And so I drafted up an email. This was after some of the warrior exercises I was doing. I drafted up an email, and I basically said, okay, look, you have not opened an email in 10 days. And even these emails the last few emails, I've invited you to the person. I've invited you to the event that I'm going to speak at, plus invited you to give you dinner, dinner with me for free at a really nice restaurant. I had a really, really nice restaurant planned, like really, really, really nice restaurant. And then there you would essentially get one-on-one coaching and consulting from me. So I would literally pay you to come be with me and to consult, just because you're a member of my community, right? So this is what I said in the email. I sent, hey, you haven't opened an email, and I've sent about 10, and I've even invited you to all these amazing things, and you still haven't opened the email. So here's the thing. Here's the deal. You're getting unsubscribed. In fact, the title said, bye-bye, you're being unsubscribed. So here are the three options that you have. The first option is to respond, keep me subscribed, and also just tell me why you want to stay subscribed. Second option is you can reply with a nasty comment, and ask me to unsubscribe you. And I put in parentheses, these are the loser types. These are the people who literally have not opened an email in months from me. But yet when they see that they're going to be unsubscribed, they look at the email and they go, oh, how dare Dean dare unsubscribe me. Oh my gosh, and they're clutching their pearls, and then they go, oh, well, I'm going to work up the courage to respond to him with a nasty email. Oh, I never wanted to be on your email list anyway, Dean. Here, let me draft up I had one guy who drafted up like a huge paragraph telling me why people aren't opening up my emails or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you literally have not opened up my email, any of them, until I told you were being unsubscribed. And then now you're going to start coming back. I didn't respond. I really didn't even read anything that he wrote. But now you're going to come back and just complain and complain and complain. So I said this in parentheses. I basically said in summary, I said, hey, losers are going to complain. So this is the number two option. This is basically the loser option. You can respond with a complaint. You can respond with a nasty comment. But that's what losers do. You won't take action on me, on my dream drop shipping, which I've had several people who have become financially free because of that. They won't take action on systems. They won't take action on consulting. They won't take action on my free stuff. They won't take any type of action, but they will take action to come back and complain. That's what losers do. They make some excuse. Oh, Dean, I didn't take action because you're just not this, or you're not that, or, oh gosh, thank you for unsubscribing me. I had one guy who's like, thank you for unsubscribing me. I've been trying to unsubscribe forever. And I'm like, really? You don't know how to freaking click a stupid button at the bottom of an email? You're retarded. You could, if it was taking you that long, you could have replied and just said unsubscribe me. You're literally retarded. Okay? So that was option number 2. So anyone who responded with that type of email is a loser. They are. To respond with a nasty email like that, you're a loser. Or option number 3 was just click the unsubscribe button below. That's it. So option number 1, you're a winner because you stay on my email list and you actually want to, get some good information and so on and so forth. Option number 3, you're a winner because you've just said, okay, yeah, you know what, good idea. I'm going to click that unsubscribe button. You're a winner. That's it. Option number 2, you're a loser. You are, because you're literally taking action to just complain and to make an excuse. Okay. And so one of the comments in there that I said was, at least I forced you to take action on something, even though it was option number 2. So you took action on something, even if it was just complaining. So good job. Yay. But ultimately it's, Dean, you're so mean. You're so mean. Oh. And so option number 4, there was no option number 4, but there were some people who took an option number 4. And these are the super duper, super losers who basically went to the person who was putting on the event. It's still going to be an amazing event, by the way. Like, it's totally understandable that they, if they get pressured, it's part of life. Not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. But went to the person who's putting on the event and said, oh, Dean's so mean. Look at what he said. He called everyone losers. No, I called you a loser because you're the one who is going and just complaining rather than just unsubscribing or saying, hey, keep me on the list, because, yeah, I do like what you're doing. Either one, you're going and complaining. And so they complained, oh, man, gosh, he's mean. He said all these bad things. And the host basically said, hey, I'm getting a lot of pressure and so on and so forth. I'm going to have to remove you as a speaker. And I said, yeah, no problem. I was just glad that it happened today because I booked my flight and hotel today, and so at least I was able to cancel. First class flights are not cheap, so yeah, that was good. But anyway, so she sent me a nice thing saying, hey, it was gut-wrenching when you said this in your email and blah, blah, blah. And, I can't, you use the word loser and stuff. And I mean, if you looked at the email, literally the only people who were losers are the people who I knew were going to write back with some nasty comment. And she asked, you should send an apology email and yada, yada. And I'm like, no, fully understand. Thanks for letting me know. And canceled. No apologies necessary on your part or on my part. And that's it. So why is this important? Why is this important? It's important because there are going to be times where you have to make a decision to essentially cross the Rubicon. Essentially, to go with your heart and to make a hard decision that is going to cause some kind of blowback. It's going to cause some kind of blowback. For me, it was getting canceled and getting a lot of nasty comments and so on and so forth. Do I care? No. Because guess what? Out of this, I had two people. One lady who got burned by some stupid guru, quote unquote guru, who took all of her money, essentially. And what did I do? She responded because of that email, telling me about all this. And I'm giving her free 30-minute consulting session just so I can help her to get back on track. If I did not do this, I would not help her. Second person was a wife who's taking care of her husband with cancer and has a disabled child, and said that she could not open my emails because she was so busy taking care of them, but wanted to start an Amazon business. But could not do it because of all of the stuff that was happening. That she liked the content, that she loved what I was saying, but she could not open emails over the last few months because of all of this stuff. And because of that, I actually offered one of my courses to her for free so that she could build wealth. But you know what she did? This is a real winner. She already had, based off of the last email, she actually went back and looked at the emails that I was sending and looked at the Merch by Amazon emails that I was sending that had step-by-step freaking documentation, step-by-step freaking systems, and said, I think I'm going to go with these actually because it's very, very hands-off and it's perfect for my situation. So had I not sent this email out, she would not have had access or had even known I had sent those emails. And her family would have continued to suffer. That, to me, those two situations, to me, far outweigh getting canceled, far outweigh getting the losers responding to me the way they were, the losers going to the event coordinator and getting me canceled and everything like that. Far outweigh. And there's going to be times when you need to make decisions like this. For me, I'm going to be sharing a lot of inside stuff with everybody that is in my circle. So if you're on this podcast, if you're on my email list in freedomin5minutes.com, if you're on a client with Prosulum, anybody in my social circle is going to start seeing more of my inner workings. Things that I'm not going to share. I'm simply not going to share with people who are dead weight. And sometimes you're going to have to make a decision like this. And it's going to hurt. And it's going to challenge you. And people are going to say, no, that's not who you are. That's not who you are. And it's at that time you have to make a decision to say, you know what? Should I go back? Yeah, should I stay where I'm at and who other people want me to be? Or am I going to be real to myself? So what is one thing right now that you know deep down inside you need to do that is going to cause other people to say, that's not you. That's not you. You're this person over here. What's that one thing that you've been dying to do or dying to say? And I challenge you in 5 minutes to make the decision to do it. To make the decision to do it. It might be going onto your Facebook group or on Facebook in general and saying, hey, I'm starting a business. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to start a side business. It might be where you go to your boss and you say, hey, this is, I deserve a raise. I deserve a raise because this is who I am. This is what I've been doing for you. You might be going to your employees and saying, hey, we're going to be measuring. Here are the measurements that we are going to implement. And they're going to say, well, hey, you're happy-go-lucky. Why would you've never had us measure anything before? What's up with this? And I guarantee you, some people are going to not like it. They might leave, or they might cause chaos. But when you push through it, it's going to deliver massive results. What's that one thing that you know you need to do? All right, this is Dean Soto, freedomin5minutes.com, prosulum.com, prosulum.com. Yes, this is a longer podcast, but it's necessary. This was a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. This is tough. It's a tough one for me, but it feels right. It feels right, and I know it's right because I've already got to change 2 people's lives in a way that I would not have changed them otherwise. And I was hoping to change a bunch of people's lives at this event, but the losers won that round, but there will be plenty more in the future. Not worried about it in the least. So anyway, Dean Soto, freedomin5minutes.com, prosulum.com, and I will see you in the next Freedom in 5 Minutes podcast.